There are nights when the sky holds a secret. On August 9th, the Sturgeon Moon reached its height, casting its ancient light over the world. But by August 11th, something quieter begins to unfold. The glow softens, the pull shifts inward, and if you're not paying attention, you will miss the moment the real test begins. In Shaolin practice, we are taught that the obvious peak is never the true challenge. The mountain's summit may feel like the destination, but the descent, the silent path back down, reveals who has truly mastered themselves. This waning phase is such a path. The energy is still moving, but it is subtle, no longer dressed in spectacle. Most will let their awareness slip. Few will keep their focus alive. On this day, your thoughts, your emotions, even the way you carry your body will be tested. The Sturgeon Moon is not just a name, it is a reminder of endurance. The sturgeon swims against the current for years, unseen, uncelebrated, yet unstoppable. This is the energy you are called to hold now. In this video, I will guide you through the hidden influence of August 11th, the aftershock of the Sturgeon Moon, and how this energy can be harnessed for self-mastery. You will learn why the quieter days after a cosmic peak are the most dangerous for your focus, the most demanding on your discipline, and the most revealing of your true strength. Stay until the end, because the principles we will uncover are not common knowledge. They are the quiet truths passed through generations of mindful warriors. Welcome to Shaolin Soulfire. If the wisdom you hear today speaks to your spirit, I invite you to subscribe and walk this path with us. When the river runs high, every sound is drowned in its rush. But when the waters recede, you begin to hear the smaller currents, the quiet whispers beneath the surface. The Aquarian full moon is like that river, powerful in its peak, stirring tides of thought, emotion, and possibility. But by the time its light begins to fade, the surface stills, and this is when the deeper truths begin to speak. Aquarius carries the spirit of the observer. It teaches us to rise above the noise without abandoning the world below. Detachment, in its true form, is not coldness. It is the art of holding your ground while the winds of others' emotions pass through. Many mistake this for isolation. In truth, it is presence without entanglement. I have seen students lose themselves in the collective energy of such moons, pulled into the moods, fears, and excitements of others, forgetting their own path. This is why we train the mind to be like the bamboo, rooted in the earth, yet bending without breaking. The fading Aquarian moon offers this exact training. The energy that once demanded your full attention now asks, can you let go of the outer spectacle and return to your own center? Detachment is a discipline of the heart as much as the mind. It means feeling the presence of others without carrying their weight. It means witnessing the rise and fall of energies without needing to swim in every wave. The Shaolin way is not to resist the current, but to remain unshaken as it flows past. On these days when the light softens, you are given the rare chance to strengthen this skill, to stand in your truth without closing your heart, and to remain in the world without losing yourself in it. A wandering mind is like an open door in the wind. Anything can drift in. Thoughts, doubts, even the subtle moods of those around you slip quietly into your space. Most people never notice. They think their restlessness belongs to them, not realizing it is often borrowed from the world outside. The days after a full moon are a perfect mirror for this. The collective energy is shifting. People feel unsettled, searching for what to do with the excess emotion left behind. Without awareness, you can become an anchor for feelings that are not yours. This is why attention is the first step in mastery. Not attention given freely to the noise around you, but attention placed with care on what truly matters. In the old teachings, the mind is compared to a candle flame. A still flame lights a room, a flickering one casts confusion. Every time you follow a shadow, your flame trembles. But when you hold it steady, even in a darkened phase of the moon, you see clearly. Discipline is not built in grand moments of inspiration. It is forged in these quieter hours, when no one is watching and nothing is pushing you forward but your own will. Each time you notice your attention slipping and bring it back, you are sharpening the blade of your awareness. Ancient warriors trained not only their bodies but their ability to remain untouched by distraction. In the stillness after battle, they would guard their focus as closely as their weapons. You are called to do the same now, to let your attention rest on your own path, unmoved by the turbulence in others. In doing so, you keep your inner light free from the shadows that seek to claim it. Discipline is often mistaken for hardness, an unyielding wall standing against chaos. But true discipline is softer than that. It's more like the steady pulse beneath the surface of a calm lake, unseen but powerful. When the noise fades and the energy settles, that steady pulse is all that remains to guide you. The peak of the moon, the height of inspiration, the rush of cosmic energy, they are like storms sweeping through your world. They push you forward, fuel your actions, and make you feel alive. But storms don't last. What comes after is far more revealing. It's the silence that follows the storm that tests whether the work you started was real or just a spark caught in the wind. Ancient masters understood this well. They trained not only to move with energy, but to rest within stillness. When the world grows quiet, it is easy to let go, to relax into distraction or forget your purpose. But the quiet holds a mirror, showing you if your discipline is surface level or deeply rooted. This is where inner mastery grows. It is the choice to keep going when no one is watching, when the excitement has passed, and only routine remains. It's the practice of returning to your center again and again, without force, without struggle, just calm commitment. Discipline is not about forcing yourself into rigidity. It is the natural flow of intention aligned with action. It's waking up each day and choosing what matters most, even when the cosmic buzz, the rush of motivation has faded into a whisper. That whisper is the true test, the moment when mastery is born. There's a quiet strength in seeing the world as if for the first time, without judgment, without the weight of what you think should be. This is the heart of Shoshin, the beginner's mind. It asks you to meet each moment, whether bathed in bright moonlight or shadowed by dusk, with openness and curiosity. When the moon is full, its light can dazzle and overwhelm. But when it wanes, fading into the quiet darkness, it reveals a different kind of clarity. In these dimmer moments, Shoshin invites you to set aside your expectations, those stories your mind tells about what should happen, how you should feel, or where your path must lead. In the teachings passed down through Zen and Shaolin, this openness is not naive, it is disciplined. It is the art of being fully present, free from the clutter of past and future. Like a still pond reflecting the sky, the mind holds whatever appears without disturbance. To hold beginner's mind is to walk through life as a constant learner, willing to be surprised by what unfolds, no matter how small or quiet. It is a form of mastery that softens the edges of control and invites trust in the unfolding of each moment. When the lunar energy dims and the world quiets, this practice becomes your anchor. It frees you from the trap of clinging to light or resisting darkness. Instead, you meet the changing tide with steady calmness, ready to receive whatever wisdom this moment brings. This openness, the beginner's mind, is the gateway to deeper insight and the foundation of true inner discipline. It is the reminder that mastery begins not in knowing all the answers, but in welcoming each question with an open heart. Meditation is often seen as a path to clarity, a sharp, bright moment when everything falls into place. But its deeper gift reveals itself not at the peak, but when clarity begins to fade. When the mind grows quiet and the bright light of insight dims, meditation becomes the steady flame that holds you. In Buddhist tradition, dhyana is this quiet flame, a focused stillness that doesn't depend on the intensity of external experience. It's not about chasing perfect moments of understanding, but about anchoring yourself through the natural rhythms of breath and presence. Imagine the moon as it wanes, its light softening, retreating into shadow. Your mind will often follow this pattern. Moments of sharp insight ebbing into quieter, less certain spaces. This is not a sign of failure or loss. It is simply the flow of nature, the rhythm of your inner world mirroring the cosmos. By returning to the breath, you plant your awareness firmly in the present. Each inhale and exhale becomes a tether, holding your mind steady amid shifting energies. This is not a fight against distraction, but a gentle return. A discipline practiced with kindness, not force. Ancient masters taught that true mastery is the ability to remain grounded when the world is uncertain, to hold your inner flame through times of both brightness and dimness. Meditation, practiced this way, becomes your refuge and your strength, a silent companion in the waning glow, steady and unshaken. Through this steady flame, you cultivate patience, presence, and the quiet confidence that whatever passes will come again. And in this rhythm, your mastery deepens, not just in moments of brilliance, but in every breath you take. We often think connection means losing ourselves, melting into others until our edges disappear. But Zen teaches something more subtle, more profound. The idea of interbeing shows us that we are threads in a vast tapestry, each one essential, each one distinct. Our lives are interwoven, yet our individual edges remain clear and defined. This passing phase, the quiet days after the moon's full glow, asks you to practice this balance. It asks if you can hold the truth of your connectedness without being consumed by it. It is easy to feel swept away by the emotions, thoughts, or expectations of those around you. But mastery is knowing when to lean in and when to step back. Ancient teachings remind us that true presence is never about losing the self to the whole. It is about standing within the whole, fully aware of your own space, your own breath, your own rhythm. Like a single leaf on a mighty tree, you move with the wind but remain your own shape. This is not a lesson in isolation but in disciplined awareness. You feel the pulse of the collective energy, but you do not let it dictate your inner state. You become a calm point of clarity within the flow, an anchor for yourself and others. The challenge now is subtle yet powerful. To be connected without merging is the practice of self-mastery in relationship. It asks for patience, presence, and a gentle firmness. It asks you to remember that your edges are not walls, but invitations to hold your space while honoring the dance of interbeing that surrounds you. True self-mastery doesn't seek applause or shine under bright lights. It's not found in moments of grandeur or dramatic victories. Instead, it lives quietly in the spaces others overlook, in the steady breath, the calm choices made when no one is watching. When the energy of the crowd fades and the excitement of the full moon's peak has passed, what remains is your true test. It is easy to be strong when surrounded by noise and support. The real strength shows in the silence that follows, when distractions fall away, and only your own will stands between you and surrender. Ancient masters knew this well. They trained not for the crowd's praise, but for the moments of solitude that reveal character. In those moments, mastery is about showing up, consistently, patiently, without fanfare. It is the repeated choice to return to your center again and again, regardless of external circumstances. August 11th is such a moment. The moon's glow is soft now, the cosmic spotlight dimmed. Your mastery is measured not by how brightly you burn in this quiet, but by how steadily you hold your flame. It is the calm presence in the waning light, the refusal to be pulled off course by shifting tides. This is the discipline that shapes a warrior's path, a deep knowing that true power is rooted in calm consistency, not in fleeting bursts. If you can stand firm in this gentle strength, unshaken by the fading glow, then your mastery is not just a word, it is real. When the grand lights fade, it's easy to feel lost in the quiet. The energy that once pushed you forward softens, and the world seems less certain. But it is precisely in these moments that small actions take on immense power. A single breath, deliberate and deep, can reset your entire state. A line written in a journal, honest and clear, can ground scattered thoughts. A quiet moment of stillness becomes a sanctuary amid shifting tides. Ancient Shaolin wisdom teaches us to honor these tiny rituals. They are not grand ceremonies, but subtle acts of presence, anchors that keep us rooted when everything else is in flux. Each small practice is a thread woven into the fabric of discipline, weaving strength through consistency rather than spectacle. Think of these rituals as the quiet drumbeat behind the show, the rhythm that holds steady when the noise fades. They build a foundation beneath the surface, supporting the work that no one sees but that shapes every choice and every step. In the waning phase of the moon, these small rituals become your allies. They invite you to slow down, to notice, to care for your inner world with the same attention a craftsman gives to each stroke of his brush. This is mastery in its purest form, not in dramatic moments, but in the daily return to what grounds you. When the bright lights dim, the power of tiny rituals shines through. They remind you that strength is not always loud. Sometimes it is simply the quiet act of showing up for yourself again and again. The waning moon is often mistaken for an ending, a fading light signaling loss or decline, but ancient wisdom sees it differently. It is not a retreat, but a quiet invitation, a chance to slow down, to grow beneath the surface, and to find strength in subtlety. When energy is loud and spectacular, it can be easy to feel alive, but true mastery asks for something deeper, the ability to hold steady when the fireworks have faded, when the world feels smaller and the glow softer. It is in this gentle dimness that inner growth takes root. Imagine a seed buried in the earth. There is no light, no show, only quiet work. The seed stretches its roots, deepening its hold, preparing for the moment it will rise. The waning moon is that moment underground, where real change happens in silence. Discipline during this time is not about pushing or striving. It is about reflection, seeing what no longer serves, and letting go with grace. It is about recentering your attention, coming back to what grounds you, and listening to the subtle shifts inside. This phase tests your patience and your trust. Can you embrace the unseen work? Can you allow yourself to evolve even when progress isn't obvious? The greatest masters understood that power grows not just in moments of light, but in the stillness that follows. So as the moon's light softens, accept this invitation to slow down, to grow quietly, to reflect deeply, to recenter your spirit, because it is here, in this gentle fading, that true mastery is cultivated, not in grand gestures, but in steady presence. August 11th isn't about dazzling displays or cosmic fireworks. It's about quiet strength, the kind that shows up when the energy cools and the world grows still. The Sturgeon Moon has passed its peak, but the true challenge begins now. This moment calls for Shaolin discipline, steady focus, and the beginner's mind welcoming each breath without expectation. It's in this gentle steadiness that real mastery takes shape. Take this lesson into your daily life. When distractions pull at your attention or the noise fades, return calmly to your center. Let subtle strength guide your steps. Thank you for walking this path with us. If these teachings resonate, please like this video and subscribe to Shaolin Soulfire. Together, we'll keep growing, grounded, and present.